How did this happen? What went wrong? Dragon's Dogma 2 was supposed to be good. It was supposed to be one of the highlights of the year. And it comes out and what do we get? 20 FPS in cities for some reason on high-end PCs? Microtransactions. Load from previous logout. Load from previous in. What do you even mean? Explain yourself. Microtransactions in general. The new anti-cheat. So many issues. How? How did this happen? Everything was going so smooth at the start. People played the game. People got their hands on the early versions. None of this was mentioned anywhere. No one talked about any of this crap. And then the game comes out and this happens. How? How?
So Dragon's Dogma 2 finally released today, with many fans waiting over 10 years for a sequel to their beloved DD1. And unfortunately, the launch is a complete and utter dumpster fire. The game is having
deserved at this point. How?
A lot of issues. Poor performance, missing quality of life features, and a list of
Well, that's still at least we still got that Medusi, so you know that's at least kind of cool.
Transactions bigger than your mom's body count has led to Dragon's Dogma 2 getting mostly negative reviews on Steam as of this recording. I played Dragon's Dogma 2 for a little over 3 hours tonight, and while the core gameplay is rock solid, I did notice some issues.
Yeah, the core gameplay is good, but damn.
This is the starting screen for Dragon's Dogma 2, after you started a playthrough and rebooted the game. We can
one save file. Now, admittedly, we kind of knew about the one save file, and initially I thought, this can't be that bad, right? And people were commenting, oh, it's gonna be like Dark Souls or something like that, where, you know, you still can make multiple characters and blah, blah, blah. No! No! One save file. One save file. How do decisions like this even get made?
Load one of two latest saves, change settings, or visit the online store. More on that in a moment. But do you notice anything missing from the screen? You cannot start a new game. Apparently, in Dragon's Dogma 2, you can only make one character. Ever. This is extremely unusual for a single-player RPG. Boot up Cyberpunk 2077, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate 3, pick any single-player...
Literally any game, pretty much.
...player RPG, and you always have the option to make multiple characters. In the original Dragon's Dogma, you also only had one character save file. However, you always had the option to start a new playthrough if you wanted to. So why has this option been removed in the sequel? Well, apparently, so Capcom can sell you microtransactions. Don't like your character's appearance? Well, for the low price of $1.99, you can buy a character edit pack called the Art of Metamorphosis.
And this is not even the pay-to-win that I'm talking about, by the way.
Obtain an item that allows the Arisen to edit their own appearance or the appearance of a pawn. It can only be used once when visiting a Barbary. So let me get this straight. Anytime you want to edit your character or your main pawn, you have to pay $2. In a single-player game, you already paid $70 for. This isn't a gacha game or some...
All the DLC that you can buy at the moment already costs like $42 or something like that. Also, this is just beyond crazy.
Some kind of free-to-play live service game. It's a single-player RPG, for Christ's sake. This is disgusting. So we can't start a new game or edit our character from the start screen, but we can visit the online store. This
Obviously.
game just came out a few hours ago, and there are already over $40 of different microtransactions you could buy for Dragon's Dogma 2. Things like Rift Crystals that can be used to purchase higher level pawns, Wake Stones which are used to revive dead characters at 99 cents a pop, fast travel points for $3, and even a key to break out of prison if you get arrested. In Dragon's Dogma 2, the price of freedom is $1. Bro, this is so disappointing. I was really looking forward to Dragon's...
This is not disappointing. This is no longer buy. I do not recommend you buy this game any longer. And how? How did this slip? No one talked about this. People got to play the pre-things and no one said a shit. No one said a single fucking shit. What do you mean? How?
Dogma 2, but I can't believe Capcom just made their blockbuster single-player RPG.
If you can, refund it, by the way. This is what now I'm gonna say.
A blatant pay-to-win microtransaction hellscape. They're just straight up selling powerful items you used to only be able to get through gameplay. Did Capcom hire a bunch of EA executives to work on this game? Remember in Dragon's Dogma 1, how you could edit your pawn's inclination by sitting them down at the knowledge chair and making changes to their combat AI? In Dragon's Dogma 2, you can pay $1.99 to buy a consumable incense item to edit their battle AI. Remember in Dragon's Dogma 1, how you could raise an NPC's affinity by giving them a gift? Well, now you could buy a thoughtful gift in Dragon's Dogma 2 for $1.99. They even made romance pay to win.
Nice.
I guess art really does imitate love.
Well, yeah, I was gonna make the same joke just now. Well, at least that's realistic.
Life. Hang on one sec. Excuse me there, I just had to huff a bit of copium. But hey guys, it can't all be bad, right? The game at least runs well, doesn't it?
No.
No, it doesn't. I have an NVIDIA RTX 3080, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an Intel i5 processor, and I have not been able to hit 60 FPS.
I don't know what that means, by the way, but sounds fancy. I have an NVIDIA Intel Gigabyte 4 RAM USD, and I can't even hit 73 FPS while the guaranteed LSD processing lighting equipment says that I should be hitting 80. Dragon's Dogma is just so bad on hardware aspect, it's insane. I'm having a black wizard coming over and sprinkling tea leaves all over it. Maybe that's gonna fix the problems. Probably not, but you know, it's worth a try, honestly, at this point.
FPS in Dragon's Dogma 2. The game is just clearly poorly optimized, and it shows in the Steam reviews. Right now, about 60% of the 5,000 Steam reviews are negative, and the main complaints are microtransactions and poor performance. So let's take a look at some of these reviews. I really want to like this game. I played the original on the PS3, I bought Dark Arisen on PS3 when it came out, and I got it again on PC, so I was hyped when it was finally announced. I expected jank, I expected some performance issues, but nothing that couldn't be handled with some tweaking of the settings. I was willing to play the game at minimum settings despite my computer, in theory, being more than capable of running this at high settings and solid as 60 FPS. I thought it would be minor and only affect me if I did try those high settings. I did not expect the game to barely push 40 FPS in the wilderness at minimum settings with DLSS and on ultra performance. This was bad. I did not want to write a negative review, but when the first cutscene is so out of sync that the dragon starts talking to me before the knight has finished his speech, I should have known something was wrong. Another negative review noted, the biggest nail in the coffin for me is the performance. I can't get the frame rate to stabilize on toaster settings in the tutorial area. Granted, my PC is pretty middle of the road, but even so, I can run Cyberpunk on decent settings. And as a final cherry on top of this unfinished cake,
I wonder what middle of the road actually means, because, you know, my PC is 5 years old at this point, or maybe even more. I don't know, I think it's 5 years or something. And, you know, how old is that PC in that case? It's really hard to tell.
You can apparently only have one character per game, and it saves data in the cloud, meaning you can't edit your character unless you pay up. So better enjoy the one playthrough you get, I guess. Look how they massacred my boy and turned him into a cash grab and murdered his soul. Should have let him rest, but instead you dug him up and waved his corpse around with makeup on like the rats you are.
That's good. Like the rats you are. On point and sad, actually. Wow. I mean, now, the positive part here is the gameplay is solid. I can probably handle 20 FPS in cities. That's fine with me, honestly, kinda, almost. I will probably never even feel the need to remake how my character looks, because I never pay attention to that in the, games like this. So, I'm kind of safe from most microtransactions. That's, I guess, is a positive, but it still doesn't change the fact that this should be downvoted, overwhelmingly negative, honestly, at this point. We got completely scammed, my boys. It is what it is. Wow. And I never heard anyone talk bad about this. This is crazy. Wow.
Negative reviews cite the overabundance of microtransactions. I didn't like the voice I picked for my character, and I just started my game. So I went to start over, and what do you know? I can't. There is literally no way in-game to start a new save file. $1.99 to edit your character appearance in a single-player game after spending $80. Your character appearance is on their servers, so deleting your save files from this folder and making edits with the character creator, even with cloud saves off, does not apply to your in-game character. Now, apparently there is a way to delete your character. You have to turn off cloud saves and then delete all your save data manually from your hard drive. That's the only way to start a new game. What a joke, dude. My favorite review has to be this one. Hey Capcom, you can purchase Good Review DLC for $1.99. Side note, there's also a disclaimer in the $2 character editor pack that says you can obtain this item in-game. Not sure how yet, though. I would say selling these items at all in a full-price game is already crossing the line.
That is not crossing the line. That is absolutely unforgivable. Refund! If you can, refund.
But if you can somehow change your character without spending money or deleting all your save data, then it's ever so slightly less bad. Man, I've got to say, this really takes the wind out of my sails.
By the way, Capcom will probably fix that you can't do that, obviously, because they're not going to lose money on that. Or they're going to ban your account and you need to rebuy the thing, or you need to buy an unbanned ticket DLC or something like that. There's just nothing positive to say about this situation at this point. That's impressive.
I was really looking forward to playing Dragon's Dogma 2 and making guides, but after seeing all the performance issues and blatant greed, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I might still press on and make videos since I already bought the game, but I will say if you didn't already buy Dragon's Dogma 2 yourself, then don't buy it. Do not buy this game unless Capcom fixes the performance issues and adds a patch that allows us to create new characters or edit existing ones. Because the current state of Dragon's Dogma 2 is completely unacceptable. So anyhow, I've ranted long enough. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning here now, a little too late to be
Yeah, well, anyway, that was Big Dan. Wait, do you not have an outro? What the hell do you mean? Anyway, Big Dan Gaming, good stuff, 10 out of 10 banger, on point, sadly, it is what it is. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said 7, Dragon's Dogma 2. If you can, refund. If you can't, well, at least leave a extremely negative review, because this is just unacceptable. Punish the ones who deserve punishment. Unless you're American, and then there's no punishment for anything, unless you want to punish bad people, that you do get punished. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said 7. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.